Shalom Israel. It's Brother Baruch from the New Congregation of Israel coming back with the Sunday class. Course to the Spirit of Yahweh by Shimei Shai. Right? Feast of Tabernacle is still going on for us, right? You know, that's why you see I'm in the tent. If you wondering what my background is, yes. We're in Tabernacles right now, you know what I'm saying? You know, doing it for the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing to be saved out of here, man. But just want to give all honor and glory to the Most High God and His Son, Yahweh Shai, right? This lesson is called What is Love? It's called What is Love, right? It's called What is Love, right? I want to start off with this first one, so I'm finna find it right quick. I'm waiting for some people to get in right now. We always do. I praise the Most High. Right, we finna get started. We're gonna let everybody come in here. Shalom, Elder. We're gonna let everybody come in here, and then we're gonna get started with the lesson. All right, we're gonna wait for everybody to come in here, then we're gonna get started with the lesson. It's gonna be a short lesson. You know what I'm saying? Sunday class, I just let the spirit go. You know what I'm saying? I be having like little classes set up, man. All right, we finna get started. Wait for everybody to, sisters, please find something to cover your head. Brothers, please uncover your head. All right, this lesson is called What is Love? Right? What is love? What is love? Right? According to the Bible. Right? I'm gonna change the title after this, but it's gonna be called What is Love According to the Bible? Right? Because love, we have to show the Most High God that we love Him in actions, man. Right? And we're gonna get this first precept. We're gonna get this first precept. I'm tripping this in Wisdom of Solomon, but we're gonna get this first precept. I want to get First Samuel, right? Classic precept, right? Gotta be done. Still reading the milk precepts, right? So the lesson, this title of this class, my bad, is called What is Love? What is love? What is love? What is love? Right? What is love? And we're gonna be getting into it, some precepts about what is love. Right? What is love? We're gonna start from the book of First Samuel, chapter 2 and verse number 3. Right? First Samuel, chapter 2 and verse 3. Right, I'm gonna give y'all time to get there. You know, like the pastor say, when you get there, say amen. But you know, we're just gonna say, hey, when you get there, you know what I'm saying, Lord willing. Okay, we're gonna start off. This is the book of First Samuel, chapter 2 and verse number 3. It says, talk no more so exceedingly proudly, let not arrogancy come out of your mouth, for the Lord Yahweh by Shimei Shai is a God of knowledge, and by Him actions are weighed, right? So for us to love the Most High God, we have to be showing actions, right? We have to be showing actions that we love the Most High God. We can't just say, oh, I love Him, and then with just words, right? We have to show Him that we love Him by doing what He said do, right? And it's just simple as that, right? Let's get the first one. Let's get First John, right? Classic. First John chapter 5 and verse 3, right? And this lesson's for me, right? Remind me to love the Most High God, right? It's the book of First John chapter 5 and verse number 3. It says, It says 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. It says first, I'm gonna start up at 2. It says, by this we know that we love the children of Yahweh, when we love Yahweh and keep his commandments. See, we know that we love, it says, by this we know that we love the children of Yahweh when we love Yahweh and keep his commandments. So love is keeping the commandments, right? Let's read it down. Verse 2. It says, for this is the love of God. According to the Bible, he's going to say, how do you love God? It says, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous, right? It says, this is the love of God, right? We got to be still writing down these precepts, because you might forget the little simple one. Wait, what is love again, right? What is love according to the Bible is 1 John 5, verse 3. It says, for this is the love of Yahweh, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous. He literally just told us how to keep his commandments. Is literally how to love him is just simply just doing what he said do, which is his commandments. Don't commit adultery. Don't steal, right? Don't hate your brother. That's love according to the Bible, right? Let's get another precept. 2 John chapter 1 and verse number 6. It says, and this is love. He's saying it again, brothers and sisters. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment that ye have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in. What is he talking about? What is he talking about? You heard this from the beginning. Let's take a ride over there to Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. Right? He said this commandment that you heard from the beginning, right? Let's see what he was talking about. Deuteronomy, and my bad, if I'm going too fast, y'all let me know. Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse number 12. It says, and now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee? So this still required, it said from the beginning, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. It says to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes which I command thee this day for thy good. So he requires us to keep his commandments. That's how we fear him. That's how we walk in his ways. That's how we love him. And that's how we showing that we love him with all our heart and our soul, by just simply doing what he said do. That's it. Let's get one more. Love is keeping the commandments. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse. Let's start up. Let's start up. Right? Con, you are slowly. Okay, I'm gonna slow down a little bit. Right? This the book. So now we in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse number 19, right? But I'm gonna start at Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 15. We're gonna start at Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 15. It says, I'm gonna read now. Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 15. It says, see, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil. In that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply. Because why? When you keep the laws, you live, but if you don't keep the laws, you die. It says, which was the last precept, it says, and the Lord thy God shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it. Verse 17, but if thine heart, your mind, turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them, I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land, whether thou passest over Jordan to go to possess it. Right? Let's keep going. It says, this Deuteronomy 30 and verse 19. We're gonna read to 20. It says, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. Right? We have to be choosing life so that our households can be saved, man. Right? Lord willing, if it's his will. Right? We know what happened to Noah. We know what happened a lot. Right? Why wouldn't the Lord do that in 2024 today? Right? So-called 2024 at that. Verse 20. It says that thou mayest love the Lord thy God, and that thou mayest obey his voice. That's how you love him, by what? Obeying his voice. And thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy light, and he is the length of thy days. It says that thou mayest dwell in the land which the Lord swear unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them. And we're trying to go back home. That's why we got to be keeping the commandments, man. Right? Let's take a ride over there to Sirach in the Apocrypha, right? Chapter 2 and verse number 15. Right? I'm gonna give people time to get there because I know I was moving kind of fast. But the class is gonna be uploaded where you can go back, and take notes. So we're gonna take a ride over there to Sirach, the book of Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 2 and verse 15. Right? Let me get that precept right quick. Let's see. Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 26. For real. Matter of fact, yep. Let me get that. Yep. Let me get that. That's a good precept. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 11 and verse number 26. It says, matter of fact, let me start up. Verse 25. There shall no man be able to stand before you, for the Lord your God shall lay the fear of you and the dread of you upon all the land that ye may tread upon. And he hath said unto you, behold, I have set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if you obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you this day. And a curse if ye will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God, but turn aside out of the way. Turn aside out of the way which I command you this day, to go after other gods which ye have not known, right? And we can't be going after other gods because that's not showing the Most High God that we love him, man. Right? Let's get Sirach chapter 2 and verse number 15. Wait for people to get this in the Apocrypha, Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 15. Right? Sirach chapter 2 and verse 15. It reads, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. Right? It says they that love him will keep his ways, as he tells us all the time. Right? Let's keep reading because this is actually good. Let me read that again. It says, and they that love him will keep his ways. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. Let me read. And they that love him shall be filled with the law, and they that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy. And I'll praise the Most High for that mercy, man. Because all of us deserve death, man. But he loves a stiff neck behind so much that grace and mercy is so great. That's why we got to be repenting and praying, right? Let's go to Sirach chapter 13 and verse 14. Sirach chapter 13 and verse 14. It says, love the Lord all thy life and call upon him for thy salvation. So in these last days, we got to be loving the Lord with all our heart and calling upon him for salvation. Why? To be saved from our enemies and all that hate us, right? To be saved from all that hate us, right? I want to get some, it was one. It's one in 1 John. It's another one that I want to get. Okay, let's get this right quick. It's the book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 14. We know that we have passed from death unto life because we love the brethren. He that loveth not his brother abideth in death. Like we said, man, if you don't love your brother according to God's laws, you are a murderer. And that's what it reads on the next verse. But we have to be walking out of love in these last days, man. Right? We got to be praying for brethren, praying for sisters, doing all these things because that's love according to the Bible. Right? We got to be doing these things, right? Walking in love because why? Let me get this right quick, right? It's like, y'all forgive me if it's kind of dark in here, and if you can't hear me, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? We having tabernacles right now, and I pray that y'all understand, man. Right? Trying to find this one. It's a is this it? If I can't find it, I ain't gonna be bothered with it. I ain't gonna be bothered with it. It's alright. And watch after when I get off live, brothers and sisters, I'ma find it. But the reason of me just pulling those little basic precepts about love is because of this, man. Right? The Lord commanded us to speak this in the ears of his people. Right? My Android there. Turn on. Okay, right. I can't really see. But, right, the reason why we pulling these love precepts is because guess what? We have to be walking in love in these last days. Why? So that we can escape the judgments of the Most High God, right? Because he is the one that's... I'm going to show y'all a prophecy. I'm going to show y'all something that is happening right now. Happening for the ones that's keeping the commandments are going to see this, right? If you're new to this thing, right, the Lord, he can show you, right? But we just going to let this talk, right? This is the reason why we have to be keeping the commandments because of this, right? It's the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1, right? It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people. He didn't say the world. He said my people. The words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. Why? Why did he say I'm going to put it in thy mouth? What is he talking about? That's why you got to go precept upon precept. Okay, watch this. I'm going to read it again. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and verse number 1. This is why we have to be keeping God's commandments. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, right? Watch this. Why do he say in thy mouth? This is the book of Luke, chapter 1, and verse 70. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which the world began, right? He always gives warning by his prophets, right? The men that people don't like listen to, those hoodlums, them thugs, right? Them young men that's out there screaming with the Bible, they look like they're like 14, 26, 40 years old out there, right? With something at the end of their shirts. That's who the Lord's speaking through, right? It says, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Every word in this book is faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. If I said that wrong, forgive me. That speak against thee, right? Don't let these people mess you up in these last days that's speaking against you because you're in the truth. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. That's the Bible, right? It says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the earth. What is the hurricane? I will bring plagues upon the earth. The sword, right? You're seeing bombs drop in in Israel, you just seen Israel got bombed. Famine. You're seeing people's foods in the stores go out. Famine. It says you're seeing people food in the stores go out. You're seeing people refrigerators and all their meats go bad. It says death. This is, bro. It said this hurricane that came was the greatest one that killed the most, and I think in the state of Georgia, man, like any hurricane. It says in destruction. The hurricane went and tore everything up, and the Lord sending 2 more. For wickedness, this is why that he's sending all this. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. He's not gonna hold his tongue no more, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me. What's George Floyd? What's all these people? It says, behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continue. They're complaining to the Most High God, Lord, when are you gonna avenge our blood? Right, like Cain and Abel, right? His brother blood was crying from the ground. The Lord heard that. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them. What the Lord say? I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led. It says, behold, my people is led as a flock to slaughter. Why? Because they trust in America. Why? They love the things of America. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm. That is coming real soon. Keep the law, statutes, commandments, and the faith in Yahweh Shai. With a mighty hand and stretched out arm, and will smite Egypt with the plagues as before. Wait, he said smite Egypt with the plagues as before. Wait, so he's not talking about Egypt, the old ancient Egypt? Think. It says, let me read it again. Maybe some people gonna get it. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and will smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. He destroyed America with that hurricane. Egypt shall mourn. What is America doing? Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and the punishment that Yahweh shall bring it to them. God is the one that sent the hurricane. I'm going to keep saying that. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is the one that sent the hurricane, man. Call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? It says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with the fearful constellation. Woo, we got into that, I think, at count. This is what's happening right now, right? Verse 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Verse 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up to fight against another people, and swords in their hand. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard the kings nor the princes, and the courses of their actions shall stand in power. This was finna happen. A man shall desire to go to a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, for great tribulation. Right? And it's so crazy that this is prophecy. Right? We finna get World War III in the Middle East right quick. Behold, saith the Lord, I will call this World War III in the Middle East. Behold, saith the Lord, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reference me, which are from the rising, from the south, from the east, and Lebanese, to turn themselves one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen. Who is his chosen? The Israelites. So will I do also in recompense in their bosom, thus saith the Lord God. All right, let's get this. Verse 22, my right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. Right? we want to avoid all that by simply what? Keeping the commandments of Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12, right? And I pray this lesson was edifying through the spirit of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai. This is Brother Baruch from New Wine Congregation of Israel. Shout out to the brother sister New Wine Congregation that's keeping tabernacles. I pray that the Most High keep you safe. All the camps around the world, right? Push this truth and sincerity. Push this truth and sincerity so we can seal the elect. And Lord willing, we are to get up out of here, man, to save our children and our households, right? Shalom to the hopeful elect, right? And shalom to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, all right? Pray everybody safe. Stay prayed up. After when this live ends, I dare everybody to, after this live end, to throw up a prayer and to repent. Right after the live end, throw up a prayer and repent. Don't tell nobody that you did it, but just do it right after the live end, man. Right? All praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Right? Pray without ceasing. We got Tuesday call, the law call coming up with Brother Nashawn. Right? Got prophecy call coming up Thursday with Brother Nehemiah. And you know my boy O, he might come on, I might tell him he can teach next Sunday class, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna tell him he can teach next Sunday class, right? Want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Shalom.